Hey everybody, Piga here in Singapore, and it is. Wait, what day is it? It's Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning, right? Yeah, it's about 9:45 here in Singapore, and I want to jump on as this plane flies over. Oh, alrighty then. Um, I wanted to jump on because, as usual, I have great conversations. I consume an incredible amount of information all day long, every day, because honestly, I want to make sure that I'm at the top of my game, that I stay in peak mode so that I can create content every day, you guys. Otherwise, how am I supposed to do this? Like, honestly, I could talk to people, but it's not until they say something that triggers another idea for me that I can't jump on and create content. So today I was actually going through the course material that I'm creating for my course, right? So I have the layout timeline basically, and I'm thinking about 8 weeks as plenty of time, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to teach each week. And I've been thinking over all the things that I've done, all the clients that I've talked to, all the guests, family members, clients that I've had over the years. And I realized that a lot of my coaching is actually intuitive. So I don't have a specific methodology, but I do know that you need to know yourself first. So if I can get you excited about being yourself and help you put your foot down and create boundaries and all of those things, then I consider myself having been a success. So my genius lies in actually being able to awaken that excitement in you, that childlike enthusiasm for life, where you're up and you're ready to go and you're like, okay, what's next? What do I do? What's going on? I want to do something, that excitement, that unending stream of energy that kind of comes from this happiness to just be yourself, to go out there and just see everything for the first time almost. I see that in my daughter a lot, and it's something that I've learned to rediscover in myself, because for so long I just did the bare minimum to kind of get out of people's hair or to avoid confrontation or whatever the case may be. So last night I had a conversation with August. We had our live podcast recording as always, and we were talking about whether you leave people behind or not, as in, like, if people are no good for you, do you drop them or not? You know, and something my grandmother used to say is, leave them alone and they will come home wagging their tails behind them. Obviously, that's from Mary Had a Little Lamb, but it does ring true for me. I don't always cut people off, but I also don't engage. And that's something that August kind of pulled out of me yesterday. I am quite passive, mostly because if you get the aggressive side of me, it's because I'm fighting for the relationship. Otherwise, I don't put in the effort. I really don't. It's something that I realized about my professors, my teachers as well. If my teacher does not yell at me, I feel like you don't care. You don't care enough to correct me. You don't care enough to say something. And maybe that's some warped sense of, reality for me, but that's something that I've come to realize. The people who really care, they will continue to fight with you. They will continue, as in, like, argue their point, right? They will continue to engage with you. The people who don't care anymore, they back off. They back down. They give in all the time. And that's something people need to pay attention to as well. So I realized that with all of those things going on, the best thing I can do is actually awaken that excitement inside of you. And by that I mean, somebody may once say, oh, I don't have any dreams, or I don't have any, whatever. But all I can do is ask you about your favorite memories, or something you used to do as a child. And the reason I love doing interviews so much is because if I can get you talking about what you love, I'm golden. Because after that, you kind of do the work yourself. You kind of hype yourself up. All I got to do is ask the right questions. And that, I think, is where my genius lies. Now, the same goes for deep transformation, for paradigm shifts as well. I feel like a lot of times if you say something, and if I feel comfortable that I can tell you what I think, which I should be able to do in most cases. Sometimes you have long lost friends or people you've grown up with and stuff, and you have like a level of comfort where you don't push past certain boundaries, right? But if I can tell you what I think and feel, honestly, based on what you're telling me, we can have a really great conversation. I can really pick up on, whether or not you happen to be in victim mentality, whether or not you happen to blame yourself for everything, and can't see what you have to offer the world. Maybe you have put aside this one idea that you've loved for so long, mostly because the world kind of beat it out of you and told you couldn't do it. Maybe it's just to evoke this emotional reaction to seeing a movie or listening to a piece of music, whatever the case may be. I really love those conversations. I really do. Case in point, I was talking to one of my friends. He's a client, but on a different scale. He's not a coaching client for emotional intelligence. He's a coaching client for business. So I do dabble a little bit on brainstorming, strategy, marketing, because it's something I've always done, right? Not physically, as a career choice in my life, on my resume, I do have a lot of marketing skills. So what I tend to do is I have, brainstorming powwow conversations. And you tell me what you like and what you want to do, and I will find the easiest way for you to do it where you don't have to spend money. Why? Because I don't like spending money. I don't have money to spend most times. I don't want to spend money if I can help it. So if I can find a cheap way that's effective and it's very genuine and authentic, hey, why not? So I was talking to this gentleman, and he was like, I just want to get the word out. I want to make sure that I become a global brand eventually. And I was thinking, okay, well, how do we expand inside Singapore itself? Because what he does is he is a physical fitness trainer and a swimming coach, and he does group classes as well. And I was thinking, okay, well, how do I get your exposure out there? And what I did was I just kept my feelers out and kept just listening, ear to the ground, whatever, just trying to find a beat, something that would maybe be an excuse for him to step out of his comfort zone and do something a little bit different, but that would also give him good exposure for the company that he works with and for himself as well. So he mentioned that he really wanted to start swimming classes in Wisteria, which is a condo in Yishun, very central to where he is. It's right across the street from where he lives, basically. And he was like, it's brand new. People are joining up and everything. I see people moving in all the time, and I really, really want to get in there. And I told him, well, shoot, why don't you conduct a class? Why don't you have a swim class in there? And it doesn't have to be paid clients. It could be setup clients. So if you have a group of 3, if you get a couple of, if you get a Malay child, Chinese child, Indian child, and you're teaching the 3 of them, they can tell it's a class because they don't all look like you. And you can stand and walk the length of the pool or whatever, and it would be easy because hopefully these would be people that, they could be clients or they could be friends, children of your friends or whatever, and you get the job done. Most times they just need to see you around in the area before you actually book clients. So that's how you make contacts, right? For anything, you got to get out there and you got to be seen, you got to network. And when I started talking about little things like this, his eyes kind of lit up and he started going with the flow. He started joining in the conversation and talking about other things that he could be doing. Another thing that he was excited about was a collaboration with a athleisure, is that how you say athleisure company, to get the word out and to be able to offer something to his clients that would be a benefit to them outside of him actually coaching. So a lot of people end up hiring him, but they're actually a lot of women, a lot of female clientele, and then also there are a lot of children, right? So moms that you get to talk to. When he does group fitness, obviously yoga, you need athleisure all the time, and if you have any kind of a boot camp, you're going to need some kind of athleisure as well. So in any of those scenarios, if he has like a legitimate partner that he can do affiliate marketing with, it becomes super simple. So I was really excited to just spitball with him, and he got excited about what was going on. Another friend of mine who happens to run a virtual management company, we were talking, and she's helping me and I'm helping her. It's like a reciprocal coaching kind of thing, right? So it just so happened that she was like, yeah, I need to do this challenge. I'm not sure what to do. And I was like, you know what? I just need to organize all these sticky notes that I have all over the place. And she mentioned she had sticky notes as well. And I was like, well, why don't you turn that into like this gimmick thing that you do? That's the sticky note challenge, because people love stationery and it's something you can get lost in, but it's also very gratifying to be able to finish what's on the sticky notes. If you are anything like me, I have notes everywhere. I have notes on scraps of paper, on backs of envelopes. I have sticky notes. I have notebooks. I think I have like foolscap loose leaf paper like riding around. I just have notes everywhere. Okay, I have notes on my phone, which means I can't organize my thoughts as well as I would like to, and I don't know where to begin sometimes because I can't remember where I put whatever. Honestly, these podcast episodes kind of happen because I have WhatsApp and I created a group with my brother, and then I deleted him out of the group, and now it's a memo for me. Okay, so another place for me to keep notes. And what I do is, as soon as I think of an idea, I go ahead and I add it into the group of one, my memo group, for me to be able to remember. Because what I was doing before was I would text my mom and I'd be like, don't mind me, I'm just setting it in here so I can keep it for later, which was dumb. So instead of harassing other people with random texts that make no sense, I started doing it by myself because I had a group of one. I created a group and deleted one person, and then it was just me. It's just there. But honestly, I get a kick out of talking to people and getting to know what they love, and it feeds me as well, because hearing them get excited gives me ideas about other things that I could be doing, other places that I could be helping, other people that I could help with, the conversation I did to help this other person. Like, it's 6 degrees of Pika at that point, but I enjoy it because somewhere in that conversation, you remember a piece of you. You remember what it was like to get excited. You remember what it was like to get your hopes up a little bit. You remember what it was like to dream. And not the, oh my God, you're daydreaming, can you focus kind of dream. I'm talking about, what do I want for my life? What would my adult life look like when I'm a kid? As a kid, when you dream of, this is going to be my career, and I'm going to be an astronaut, and I'm going to be, a food hospital farmer, whatever. Those imaginative ideas that you have for yourself, those are what I look forward to. Honestly. Because I also know that as I serve you and I get to dig in and let you release that creativity and that excitement for your life, I also know that there's a part of you that you're going to share with me that may actually serve me right back. So sometimes as a coach, you don't know where you're going to start, you don't know where you're going to end, you don't know what the steps are in between. Maybe you just see what that next goalpost is, and you try to make it to there. And as long as you remain open to new opportunities, you get the ability to stretch yourself some more. For example, I was introduced to August Crenshaw through a third party. I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't want anything from her. She was like, she does a podcast. Why don't you get interviewed by her? I was like, all right, cool. I will reach out and see what goes on. And we got on live and we talked, and honestly, that was all she wrote. But we talked for a little bit, and because I had no hidden agenda and she had no hidden agenda, we enjoyed our conversation. There are a lot of people out there that will invite you to talk and invite you to be a part of their business or whatever, but obviously the underlying idea is they're using your platform to gain attention for their platform, and ideally what they want is more clients for themselves, not necessarily for you, right? But not everyone's like that. I have spent most of my business life promoting other people, whether it was working for a 9-to-5 and promoting the business that I was working for, or it was promoting the Business Mastery Summit and stuff like that. I like doing that. I like shining light on other people because little by little it gives me permission to keep on doing what I'm doing too. So I like it when I get to step out of my comfort zone. I like it when I get to basically build the plane on the way down, because if I didn't have that opportunity, I probably would stay in my comfort zone. I probably would not reach for more. I would be happy where I am and the excuses that go along with the comfort zone. Oh, but I know what to do here. I don't need to stretch out, and I don't need to pick up any new skills, and I don't need to, change the way I look or change the way I feel or change the way I speak, because I'm comfortable right where I am. But that's not the goal here. I want to stretch. I want to be more than I am at the moment, because I know I can be, and I know that if I become more than I am at the moment, I could reach more people. And the ultimate goal is to change the way people interact with each other, one heart at a time, because I know that love is the strongest force on earth. I know it's not the mucus that binds, it's actually the love that binds. I know that we need to be connected to each other. We need to feel needed. We need to feel special. And all of that comes from the way you understand yourself and the way you treat others because of the way you understand yourself. So I think I may have gone off on a little tangent. I'm hoping you could hear me over these damn planes, because I don't know what's going on right now. But I know what my genius is. And sometimes I don't know all the steps of how I'm going to get people to that place. But I do know that I can't mince words. And I do know that I can't work with people if I can't be honest with you. But my ultimate goal is that bring that sparkle back into your eye where you're excited about life again, where you look forward to something every day. And maybe it's not your 9 to 5. Maybe it's like those in-between spaces where you have a chance to explore or research something and look for whatever it is that you're trying to bring into reality. So I'm excited about life. I hope you are excited about life. And if you're not, if you're feeling kind of blah, why don't you call me? Why don't we have a conversation? Let me see if my genius works on you. All right, I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.